it is tricky. So the best short definition I know of is it's an entity, an agent, which pursues a goal and learns as it does so. And it adapts its behavior as it carries on, learning from its mistakes and learning from what works and what doesn't work in order to achieve its goal. That's a definition of intelligence, which is the hard bit. The easy bit is artificial. Artificial simply means made by humans or by aliens, not by God or by nature. So, goal-directed, adaptive behavior. So, the place to go to see AI today is your smartphone, because the form of AI which is making all the noise at the moment is a process called deep learning, which is a type of machine learning, and machine learning is a fairly well-established branch of statistics which was first applied to AI successfully in 2012. There was a big bang in AI in 2012. And it's not easy to deploy deep learning. You require very enormous compute power, lots and lots of data, and very smart people to wrangle the algorithms. And so the place where you'll find deep learning being used most effectively now is in the tech giants, in the States and in China. Google, Amazon, Microsoft, IBM and so on in the States, and in China, Baidu, Alibaba and Tencent. Sadly, there are no Europeans, and that ought to change. We really should do something about that. So if you look at your smartphone, a place that I am always impressed by the AI is the maps. So Google Maps or Apple Maps using AI will tell you how best to get from A to B, how long it will take you, which route you should go if you don't want to pay any tolls. They don't yet tell me which route is the most scenic. I'm looking forward to when they can tell me that. I'm sure that one day they will. So it said to me, I lived in London for 30 years, and I think I know my way around London pretty well. But now I wouldn't dream of trying to get from A to B in London without using Google Maps, because it knows London better than I do, and that's amazing because it's never lived there. So that's one very impressive example of it. Another one is Translate. If you put in a text into Google Translate, it will come back with something that is pretty good. You often have to make a few changes here and there, and that's using AI. Google Search uses AI. It didn't used to, but I think it was around 2015 they started using deep learning, and it's remarkably powerful, Google Search. So that's where you'll find it at the moment, but increasingly it is going to spread throughout the economy. More and more companies, big companies are already starting to use it. They're learning, they're taking baby steps, they're figuring out what data they have and how to cleanse the data and what problems can be solved and can't be solved using deep learning. And those efforts will increasingly bear fruit in the coming years. So it's going to be democratized and spread throughout the economy. I think in the next 10 years, the two areas which will see the most startling deployments of deep learning and AI generally are digital assistants and self-driving vehicles. Digital assistants they exist, and they're pretty dumb at the moment. If you have an Alexa, or if you use Siri or Cortana, you can ask them a question and they'll 9 times out of 10 perhaps give you a sensible answer. If you ask them what the weather's like in Barcelona, they'll tell you. But if you ask a supplementary question, what will it be like tomorrow, what will it be like in a month's time, you're likely to get garbage back. It's very hard to do this, it's not trivial. There is a demo online called Google Duplex, and if people haven't seen it, it's really worth looking. A machine rings a hair salon and makes an appointment. So that involves half a dozen speech episodes in either direction. The person running the hair salon doesn't know that she's talking to a machine. That is so far ahead of what we currently have. It's truly remarkable. And Google is now starting to roll this service out. It's only for very specific geographic areas and for specific vertical uses. So hairdressers in Philadelphia, I believe, is the first application. But those limitations will be lifted, and I think in 10 years' time, we're very likely to be having conversations with our smartphones, which by then may be our watches or our glasses. And then the other one is self-driving cars. And again, we don't know when these things are going to be ready for prime time, but Google has just this month launched the world's first commercial self-driving taxi service. So people who are not Google employees and are not signed up to NDAs can subscribe to a service. The cars will only take them within a specific area within Phoenix where this project is being run. And most of the time there is a safety driver in the front seat, but nobody's actually driving the vehicle. And sometimes there is no driver in the front seat. So we're pretty close to being ready for prime time. Well, that's a controversial statement. There are lots of people who think that we're years away still. It seems to me that we're pretty close. And it seems to me that within 10 years, self-driving vehicles will be common in most cities. Maybe in rural areas not so much, and in developed countries not so much, but I think within 10 years in New York, San Francisco, London, Barcelona, Madrid and so on, I think we'll see a lot of self-driving cars. And that is a really good thing, because we kill lots of people with cars. We're sending humans to do a machine's job at the moment. When we have machines driving cars, a lot fewer people will die, a lot fewer people will be injured, and the process of getting from A to B will be much less painful. Drivers won't have to spend all their time looking at the number plates in front of them. They can watch a video or read a book. So huge benefits, I think, coming in the near future.